Welcome, duelists! We are here with our first live commentary. Not live, pre-recorded, but we're gonna try and do a breakdown of a Blue Eyes duel here that I got going on here. Get some Magna Warriors with Mick with some Beansmith. I got some recommendations from some buddies here to do some commentary on, hey, what are you doing? What are you looking at when you're dueling? I'm gonna start off this by saying I'm not the best duelist out there, but I have a little bit of idea of what to look for and what to do using a Blue Eyes deck, and how to win a couple duels using it. So, he's going off with his combos. I'm gonna fast forward this here. There's nothing that crazy yet. He's using his Beansmith, and once he's done with his turn, I'm gonna read everything going on in his graveyard, banished pile, on his field, and explain what to do. Okay. He's popping off, but it doesn't matter. Blue Eyes doesn't care about that. Let's pause. Alright, he's ended his turn. A recommendation I have that I was given to me by other people out there was, hey, as soon as you're about to start your turn, look at his banish pile, okay? Look at his banish, look at his graveyard, look at his field. And I was paying attention, made sure that there was nothing in his hand that he added, right? So his graveyard doesn't have anything that will affect us during our turn. His banish, he can bring out with Delusion the Magna Warrior. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Or if you targeted an earth monster, you can take control of it instead. Okay, so that's an issue because this fusion monster states face-up monsters on the field become earth. So this makes things a little bit of an issue because he can take things over or destroy things if he wants to. And he can also tribute it and special summon 2 of his banished Magna Warrior or Sigma monsters that are in his banished pile. This dang thing is so annoying, dude. Wave High King Caesar. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, special summons a monster, it can detach material from itself, negate it, and destroy it. And he can do it twice per turn because he's got 2 materials on him. And the Gurad, the Stone Trooper, however you say that, that thing's also an issue because during your opponent's main phase, you can target another monster on the field with attack less than or equal to this card. And it loses attack equal to that monster's attack, and if it does, destroy that monster. Well, he can take out our Blue Eyes easily with that. But let's start off with some baits. Start off with cards that you're like, okay, do I actually need this? Primite Lordy Load, you don't need right now because you've got a Primite Dragon. You can get yourself a Primite Drill Beam. That's what you could do. And that's what I'm going to start off the duel with. Okay. Of course, he's got a dang Ash. Negate. That's okay. We've got a Primite Dragon and Other Barrel in our hand that we can try and bait something. This isn't going to get us much because it's just going to set or spell or trap card on the field, which is fine. But it works for follow-up. So, go ahead and link him off into Spirit with Eyes of Blue and add a Mausoleum. That's negated by Dominus Purge, and a card or effect is activated. That adds a card from the deck to the hand, negated. Which is okay. That doesn't matter, because we don't need a Mausoleum anyway right now. We only have an Effect Veiler in hand. Now, you could use Wishes and summon another monster, but it's okay. We don't need to do that. We're going to use Spirit with Eyes of Blue's secondary effect. Tribute itself to special summon a Blue Eyes. Let's try and do that. Okay, goes through. Of course, he uses his effect to target anything less than its attack and destroy it. Here we're going to go for Wishes. I want to add Maiden and Roar to my hand here. I activate Maiden to place a True Light from my hand deck or graveyard face up. Now, here, I activate Roar because I know he's going to negate it with his Wave High King Caesar, but we want to get rid of his negates. You don't want to use True Light because if you do, is going to destroy it. And True Light can work some wonders here. So, he's going to negate Roar. No big deal. We've got another 2 ways to summon Blue Eyes. Primite Lodi Load's secondary effect. Declare 1 normal monster and summon it. So declare Blue Eyes White Dragon and bring that thing out. But don't activate your Maiden of White's effect to summon itself to the field yet, because High King Caesar will negate. This card doesn't work anymore. It can't target your Blue Eyes to destroy it, because True Light states your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragons on your monster zone with card effects. So let's pop off here. Activate Wishes. Banish itself, equipping Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Okay? And after you do that, you can fusion summon Blue Eyes Tire Dragon by either using a fusion spell or special summoning it by tributing a Blue Eyes equipped with a fusion monster. The reason you equip it with Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, for those of you that don't know, this thing has a negate in the graveyard. When any card targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, you can banish itself and negate it, and you also get to destroy. So, let's see what he's got going on here. He summons 2, and then he decides to fusion summon during my turn. Alright, whatever. Okay. Quick effect on summon. He decides to use this. Target 1 earth monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. That's why we did what we did. Okay. He targets Blue Eyes Tyrant. Use your Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon's effect in the graveyard to negate and get rid of that stupid thing. Bye. He's out. Okay. After this, go into your battle phase, and you want to get rid of this. Clear his whole field. Tyrant Dragon states that it can attack all monsters on the field once. So that's what we're going to do. Attack. Attack. Alright, whatever. We're not worried about that right now. Attack. Then, come forth. Blue Eyes White Dragon. And here, bring back your Maiden. Attack again. We need follow-up here. Go ahead and go Synchro Summon into a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. End phase. Let's see what he's got here. As soon as he draws, okay, we've got Primite Drill Beam set down, but it can only be activated if you have a normal monster on the field. Activate True Light, bring out your Blue Eyes White Dragon. And, well, might as well bring out Maiden, because on summon it, and any Blue Eyes, once per turn, she comes out too. And also, if she's targeted or targeted for an attack, you can summon another Blue Eyes from your graveyard with her. So we've got some follow-up here. We've got an Effect Veiler. On summon, he decides to add another warrior monster, Magnet Warrior monster. We want to negate that because he's got nothing else in his hand. He's got one thing he can do in his graveyard, and he's got this thing. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. Go ahead and negate that. He chains to target a monster on the field and destroy it. Well, I got Effect Veiler. Go ahead and chain that to negate. And this is pretty much game, guys. He's got one more thing he can do. So he's trying to summon his Fiendsmith Engraver. I am not going to let that happen. Use Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and negate it. Once per turn, it can negate an activation in the graveyard, okay? Do that. Instead of summoning into a Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon right away, read what's in the graveyard and make sure you have something to negate it, okay? So negate, and he scoops, and that's game, y'all. Blue Eyes is pretty good right now. Obviously, it's not tier 1, but it can beat some top tier decks every once in a while, and it's pretty dang fun to play, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If there's anything that I can do better, feel free to leave it in the comments. Have a great weekend. Deuces.